earlier today, I don't know if you heard about it, but the person behind the shooting that you were involved in Charlotte was sentenced to a decade in prison. You heard about
Charlotte?
that? The 100 shots.
See, I ain't heard about it.
Oh yeah,
I really don't even give a damn about it. Like, tell you the truth.
Around 100 shots fired close to CIAA festivities. Tonight, we're hearing from those who escaped the crossfire. It happened while thousands of people were in uptown Charlotte for CIAA events and parties.
TMZ reports you're on the LAPD's radar in connection to the young Dolph shooting. But why do you think they believe that?
I'm always on police. Where I'm from. Exactly.
Police say more than 100 shots were fired just after 6:30 Saturday night here near the 600 block of North Caldwell. On one side of the street, an apartment complex, windows riddled with bullets.
100 shots. 100 shots. How the fuck you miss a whole 100 shots?
What Dolph here, man? What Dolph here? What Dolph here? Oh, we right now, cuz? What Dolph here, cuz? Where he at?
All them little niggas, they shrimps. You know what I mean? Like, they shrimps. Every last one of them put together, like you can't compete, you can't win, you can't stop me. Y'all shrimps.
What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and I'm back with a brand new episode of What Really Happened. This is the sister series to the Who Really Won series, but basically less violence and less diss tracks, more of people disagreeing with each other rather than beefs. But on this video, I'm doing something a little bit different. As you can tell by the video title, I'm going to be talking about Yo Gotti versus Young Dolph. And this beef was actually very serious and led to a lot of crazy things. And the reason why I'm putting it in the What Really Happened instead of the Who Really Won is out of respect for Young Dolph, who passed away. As you guys know, with this series, I talk about how it started. I get both sides of the story, and then I talk about the major points in the beef. Both of these artists are from Memphis. Yo Gotti is from North Memphis in the Frazier neighborhood, while Young Dolph is from South Memphis in the parts of the Castalia neighborhood. And if you guys want to know more about Young Dolph, check out the documentary I just dropped on him called King of Memphis. Now sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, and let's get into it. Before we continue the video, I want to give a big shout out to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. I've been an avid user of Raycon's earbuds for a while now because their earbuds really last a long time. Sometimes I don't even notice they're in my ear because while I'm editing or watching a video or just doing research on video clips and interviews, I end up having them in my ear and they never run out of battery life compared to other earbuds that I used in the past. And now Raycon has stepped up and released newer earbuds, and they're way better than the previous ones. They're called the Everyday Earbuds. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. And of course, with these Everyday Earbuds, they come with optimized gel tips that will fit in your ear perfectly so they will not budge when you're doing movements. Here's an example of me bobbing my head like crazy, running around, and nothing is happening. And the reason why these earbuds have such an amazing battery is because they offer 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. And like I said, I haven't found anything that stays in my ears that I forget about that they're in my ears because of the battery lasting so long. To me, that's very essential. I hate having to wait till they charge to use them again because I need to be on the go. I got a lot of things I got to do. And these make it very easy. And the packaging on these Everyday Earbuds from Raycon have always been amazing. The packaging, you can tell, is quality. And that's what makes it very important for me. The packaging shows that the company cares and the quality is there. So the earbuds, of course, are going to be quality themselves. And the reason why you know these earbuds are quality material, they have over 48,000 5-star reviews, and you get all that quality for just half the price as the competitors. So click the link in the description below or just go to buyraycon.com/diverse mentality and get 15% off your next Raycon purchase. How did the beef between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph actually start? Well, if you ask Yo Gotti, he feels like maybe it's because he didn't do a verse for Young Dolph. Other than that, he says he has no idea where the issues between him and Young Dolph even started. He actually read a text message he sent to Young Dolph way back in August of 2012, where he actually shows support and love to him. In various interviews, Yo Gotti maintains he still has no idea how it got so bad. He says he's always supported Young Dolph and his movement, and he doesn't know where things took a left turn.
I don't really understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we talking like theories or like, I guess we all wondering like what it is, or we talking facts. Like the facts is, me and Home never had one argument. You know what I'm saying? Ever in life. The facts is just, I'm the biggest rapper from Memphis. You know what I mean? I help a lot of rappers from Memphis. He was trying to get a verse or something from me. You know, I don't know if I, probably didn't do that. I never done the verse, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't do the verse in time. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
Now, if you ask Young Dolph, he has various reasons as to why this beef started with Yo Gotti. He says back in 2012, when he was starting to slowly grow as an artist and become big in Memphis and around the world, Yo Gotti had offered him a deal to sign with Cocaine Music Group, which is his record label. Young Dolph says that when he denied doing a deal with Yo Gotti, that's when tension started rising between them two. Young Dolph also says that he would have probably done the deal had Yo Gotti approached him in a better way. He says that Yo Gotti threw his own artists under the bus and said they weren't good and that they need help all the time and that you, Young Dolph, don't. So come and sign with me and you can become a superstar. Young Dolph says he didn't like that approach of Yo Gotti dissing his own artists to try to get him to sign with him. Because of that approach, Young Dolph didn't like doing any business with Yo Gotti. On top of that, Young Dolph says that he had relations with Yo Gotti's baby mama and that once Yo Gotti found out about this, that's when the beef really started between the two. Young Dolph says the only proof that he has of this is the artwork for the song called Play With Yo Bitch, which is a diss track towards Yo Gotti. On the artwork, you can see a bunch of missed calls from Yo Gotti's alleged baby mama that called Young Dolph.
I guess it was something about a feature. Like, oh, he didn't do a feature or something for me, right?
You said he asked you asked him for a feature.
Listen, man, on my little boy and my little girl, man, he come to me talking about let him get on the song. Know what I mean? Why you want me to get on this song? So I'll send it to me. Send me the song with the open verse. On top of that, it's like the first time I even met little dude, go in the studio. First time. Man tell me, he sent everybody out the studio. Like, let me holler at dog. Like, man, you got your own everything, bro. You popping. You like, but you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. You like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't gotta babysit you like them. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artist and throw your artist up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? No, it's just, I can't respect that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna get ready to throw none of my artists up on the bus to persuade somebody else. That just ain't where I come from. That ain't how I was raised. That ain't what I respect. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it ain't no issue. It ain't no beef. It ain't no nothing. It's just a whole lot of misunderstanding and some stuff I don't respect. So,
with that being said, remember there are two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. In 2010, Yo Gotti was really starting to blow up when it comes to the mainstream world. He had a song called 5 Star featuring Gucci Mane, Trina, and Nicki Minaj, and it was doing really well on the charts. So it would seem like Memphis got a new superstar coming from their city. As for Young Dolph in 2010, he was just getting started with his music career and had dropped his second mixtape, Welcome to Dolph World. He was starting to get recognized by Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, OJ the Juice Man, a couple of artists from Atlanta, and starting to grow a little bit of a buzz. By the time 2012 came around, Yo Gotti was a huge staple, not only for Memphis, but for the whole music industry. And by 2012, Young Dolph himself was starting to become a superstar when it comes to the music industry as well. Yo Gotti had noticed that, and by August of 2012, he had reached out to Young Dolph to do a show with him where he was bringing out the youth of Memphis. And this is the only footage where you see Yo Gotti and Young Dolph performing together on stage. So clearly around this time, they were still friends and good partners.
South Memphis, what's up? That shit don't stop here, nigga. Let's go. What we doing? What? Yeah. Shout out to my nigga Young Dolph in this motherfucker. Just say you want signing.
This is when Yo Gotti offered Young Dolph a record deal to sign with CMG, and Young Dolph declined it. Yo Gotti revealed that the last conversation he ever had with Young Dolph was on August 24th, 2012. And as far as we know, they never had any more conversations following this date. In the public eye, it would seem like things between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph are cool. But as time went on, things would slowly take a left turn through subliminal shots. In 2013, October 15th, Young Dolph would drop a new mixtape called South Memphis Kingpin. And on track number 6 called Scared of Me, he would send the first subliminal shot.
Doing all that tricking on it, still your baby mama. Y'all can stop sweating. I ain't gonna say y'all name. Nah, the streets know what's up. They know y'all lying.
And at this time, nobody knew he was talking about Yo Gotti's baby mama. We just assumed it was a random lyric. But of course, as time went on, we found that out. Issues between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph started brewing up behind the scenes. And Young Dolph decides to address this on a track. On July 8th, 2014, he dropped his new mixtape called High Class Street Music 4 American Gangster. And on the track What's Poppin', he addresses Yo Gotti and simply says, there is no issues between me and him.
Everybody keep asking what's up with me and Yo Gotti. Getting money, they getting money. That's the end of that. Y'all know how this Memphis shit be.
Just a month later, in August of 2014, Young Dolph was on a promo run for that exact mixtape. And while stopping by Sway in the morning, he got asked about Yo Gotti and if he's ever been a support when it comes to his career. And for the first time publicly, Young Dolph revealed that Yo Gotti wanted to sign him to the CMG label.
Say Gotti wanted me to do man, come on, bro, let's do CMG paper route. It's cool. I'm knocking for that. If I was him, I would have came to me like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But only thing was going to happen behind it was people like, oh, he popped off because of Gotti. You feel what I'm saying? Which I can't do that because I got too much of my own time and money invested in it. You feel what I'm saying? So
as the months went on, tensions kept rising between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. In December of 2014, Young Dolph stopped by a radio station and he was asked about the rising tensions between him and Gotti. And he just simply said, hey, I agreed to not sign with his label. And that's what it is. I'm my own man. I built my own legacy, and we're moving forward from that situation.
The same with me and Yo Gotti, like, Yo Gotti came to me, he wanted to do a situation. He like, man, let's do the paper route CMG thing. You feel me? I'm a hustler. You feel me? For anything, bro, I'm a man and I'm a hustler. So I don't knock you for that. Because if I was you, I would have tried to do that. You feel me? But at the same time, I'm a hustler, I'm a man. And after that, bro, I'm a real. All I know how to do is keep it real. So, just like I said, bro, if I was you, I'd try to do that too. But at the same time, if you like, bro, you straight and how you rock with me, how you show me you rock with me, I ain't tripping, bro. You got your own paper. You got your own team. You doing it. I might want to see you turn up, go on, do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like that where I'm from. You feel me? Like every man for theyself, which is cool. It's fine and dandy with me. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I look at the big picture of everything.
Following this, tensions continued to rise between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. On February 28th, 2015, a CIAA event ended up getting shot up. Now, this is very significant because as the years went on, this event became the catalyst for the Young Dolph and Yo Gotti beef. That night of February 28th, 2015, 2 people were shot at the CIAA event. The article says the club was hosting a CIAA weekend takeover party where rappers T.I., Young Jeezy, Yo Gotti, and Young Dolph were advertised to appear, although it is not known if they were there at the time of the shooting. Videos posted on Instagram showed people inside the club rushing to get out of the building, including some who were ducking or climbing over a railing. Several label employees declined to comment as they left the club, Saturday night. At the time of the shooting, nobody made the linkage that this shooting had anything to do with Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. Although their beef was starting to brew up, the streets made speculation that these two were going at it at that event. After this event, Young Dolph started to take things to the next level and subliminally start dissing Yo Gotti once again. On October 8th, 2015, Young Dolph dropped his new mixtape, Shitting on the Industry. And on the title track, he mentions someone's baby mama DMing him. At the time of hearing this track, nobody made the connection that this was a subliminal shot at Yo Gotti.
Guess who baby mama DM me said you the shit. I would tell you, but I'm always starting shit.
And of course, this caught Yo Gotti's attention. And on November 27th, 2015, Yo Gotti dropped a track titled Legendary, where he addresses Young Dolph's baby mama comments from that Shitting on the Industry track. Now, like I said before, we had no idea at the time that these two were beefing subliminally like this. Only the streets knew.
Really hate me about the bitch, my nigga, that's some other shit. How you gonna be legend when you're doing legendary sucker? Gotta disrespect the king, no, you gotta see me about it. Good nigga.
On the second verse of Legendary, at the end, Yo Gotti says this, and this is what I believe that started the beef to be public and escalate to a different level. He said, "Never disrespect the king. You know you got to see me about it." Now, what is Young Dolph's response after hearing that legendary track? On February 9th, 2016, Young Dolph announces his new album, and the title of it is King of Memphis. Young Dolph knew exactly what he was doing when he titled his album King of Memphis. Yo Gotti at the time even had King of Memphis in his Twitter bio. He would constantly refer to himself as the King of Memphis. So at the end of that second verse, it made perfect sense for Young Dolph to antagonize Yo Gotti with this album title. And to antagonize Yo Gotti even further, Young Dolph announced that the King of Memphis album would be releasing on February 19th, the same day Yo Gotti's releasing his new album, The Art of the Hustle. And of course, this prompted fans to pit the two artists against each other and ask who really is the King of Memphis. Now, this is the first time people assumed Yo Gotti and Young Dolph had issues with each other officially. Then just 2 days later, after announcing his album on February 11th, 2016, Young Dolph went to Twitter and said this: "Bruh went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater," laughing emoji with #facts. Now, everybody assumed this was a shot at Yo Gotti because that's the only person that Young Dolph mentioned publicly wanting to sign him. Yo Gotti seemingly responded to that tweet just a day later on his own Twitter and said, "We can't afford to shoot and miss, consistently making shots, #Gotti Nation." This tweet was then later deleted. Following this, Young Dolph officially releases his debut album, King of Memphis, on February 19th, 2016. Then he goes on a promo run for the album. And on this promo run, he addresses Yo Gotti quite a few times. On February 24th, 2016, he stopped by Hot 97 and says Yo Gotti has been texting him for 2 years straight.
It ain't no pressure with me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people don't understand. Like everybody on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yo Gotti was texting my phone for 2 years straight. It's deeper than it. Ain't just the music and the rap. Like the one of the men that was around him, you know what I'm saying, they like kind of raised him a little bit. He from my hood.
So you guys are connected.
See what I'm
in many
saying?
ways.
Like exactly, like it ain't even like the music like this. That's small. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like literally, like the one that raised him, that's my dad, best friend, cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's really like I just laugh at it.
Then a couple days later, Young Dolph stopped by the Breakfast Club and talked about turning his fans into haters. Then 2 days later, on February 28th, 2016, the CIAA event happened again. And as you guys know, in 2015, 2 people were shot where Yo Gotti and Young Dolph were at. At this event in 2016, 50 to 60 shots were fired at Young Dolph's Sprinter van. His manager was in the vehicle. Young Dolph wasn't. So it was very clear that night who those shots were intended for. Security guards saw a Nissan Altima flee the scene shortly after the 40 to 50 shots were fired into the Hyatt Hotel lobby and 2 occupied vehicles around 4:45 a.m. on February 28, 2016. Ultimately, they ended up arresting 3 suspects that night. The 3 people went by the name of Howard Wright, Kevin Thompson, and Derek Bolton. They were arrested and charged with 3 counts of shooting into an occupied dwelling and discharging a firearm in city limits. The thing that caught most people's attention about this arrest is that Howard Keon Wright, who was 31 years old at the time, was ID'd both as Yo Gotti's road manager and vice president of CMG Records. So now there is an official link between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beefing, and it ain't just about music and diss tracks. It's actually about real street stuff. And 2 of those 3 people in 2018 were officially charged with 5 counts of different things, such as discharging a firearm into an occupied property and discharging a firearm into occupied dwelling, misdemeanor carrying a concealed gun, and various other things. Yo Gotti's manager, Keon Wright, was sentenced to 10 to 14 years in prison, and he's currently still in custody. Of course, after this, not only law enforcement, but the public knew that the Yo Gotti and Young Dolph situation was more than just a couple diss tracks and subliminal tweets. Following that, things escalated between the 2 camps on social media even further. On March 2nd, 2016, Black Youngsta, who is Yo Gotti's CMG artist, calls out Young Dolph on Instagram and even pulls up to his hood in Castalia.
Hey, man, I'm gonna keep the G, bro. Dolph, you a bitch. You a soft ass nigga. You nice nigga. If you got a problem, you say you got a problem. Shake ass. Ain't no king of Memphis. You ain't king of South Memphis. You ain't from the city. Where we at right now, cuz? We in Castalia right now, cuz. What Dolph at, cuz?
Young Dolph responded on Instagram as well in a more nonchalant way, basically implying that he doesn't care that Black Youngsta is toting all these guns and threatening him.
Hey, if I was these, I'd be mad at me too. You know what I mean? Yeah, all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I still ain't got no tags. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd be mad at me too, bro. You feel me? I'd be mad too, bro. Trap, living luxury. Hey, don't got time for no love. Why I keep on fucking up in music? She talk too much, I had to put that in down.
Then things slowly died down, but a couple weeks later, on March 11th, 2016, Yo Gotti was doing a promo run for his new album and stopped by Tim Westwood. And Tim Westwood ended up asking him what is going on between his artist Black Youngsta and Young Dolph, and is it a serious situation? Yo Gotti simply says Black Youngsta is his own man, and he does what he wants.
My advice, you know, I don't move like that. So I'm always tell not only him, but any youngin', like, you know what I mean? Don't really handle your business like that. You know what I'm saying?
Following this, a couple days later, on March 15th, 2016, Trouble releases the Ready remix track and features Young Dolph on it. And Young Dolph, on his verse, sends subliminal shots at Yo Gotti and CMG.
They record when it's time for gangster shit, he the police. And I fucked your boss man, baby mama, same hotel for 4 weeks.
Black Youngsta immediately hears this remix, and on March 16th, 2016, he drops his diss track directly at Young Dolph titled Shake Something.
But Dolph don't wanna play ho, nigga. I'm on tour with the K-Ho. You the king of Memphis, you ain't from the city, you from Chicago. Boy, you better lay low.
Dolph heard this diss track and immediately went on Instagram and went on a whole slew of videos dissing Yo Gotti and Black Youngsta.
Hey, I've been spraying your for years. The whole city know that. Ho Gotti, you was a nigga. I just got back to the city. They say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me. You send your little do all your talking. Talk for yourself. Hey, that big head down syndrome looking motherfucker hate on everybody from the city that gets some real money. You start out hating on 3-6, they were having Oscars and you had to hate because you were broke, because that's the only way you can get attention, boy. You were broke, boy, now you hating on Dolph. You a bitch, nigga. Hey, man, if I was your boy, I'd be mad at me too, man. Why you mad at me? Because your is on fake watch busters and you had to fake it till you make it, bitch. And I came in the game rocking real ice driving coupes and shit, bitch.
He continues the onslaught because on March 28th, 2016, he disses Yo Gotti and Black Youngsta on stage.
So check this out. Y'all know why this man. Little dude, the little dude, little brother, little Pee-wee, I don't even know this shit. But this boss dude, that fuck nigga, that man, he said, man, can I fuck this baby mama? That's all that shit is. Hey, drop the look to the mother. Tell my little y'all the Dolph, man, Kingdom is in the streets right now. We running shit. How this your boy, man? It's Dolph. Say that fuck, gotta get his baby mama on my dick.
Following this, it would seem like things had simmered down for a little while. On June 27th, 2016, Black Youngsta decided to perform his diss track, Shake Something, on stage.
Dolph, you put it. You a hoe on a best friend, nigga. You ain't said it. Nigga busting on you in your own hood. Fuck you. He ain't slide through it. He ain't Craig Pettis. He ain't the King Pit of South Memphis. You. And he's from South motherfucking Memphis. Nigga, South Memphis, what the fuck? Nigga tell me CMG ain't working. What the fuck do you mean? CMG.
Then a couple days later, on July 3rd, 2016, Black Youngsta says he has no more beef with Young Dolph and says that he lost a lot of money because of that beef.
As far as the beef, nah, I'm past this. I'm over this. Like, it ain't nothing, you know. I lost $500,000 with just doing bullshit. Not just that, just a lot. You know what I'm saying? Lost a lot of money. The mother woman come to see it, all type of shit. And buy me all this shit. I don't give a fuck though, but you know, we still cool. But like, yeah, but nah, I ain't studying that beef shit. I'm gonna get money. And I wish everybody else well who getting their money.
Then on August 29th, 2016, while Young Dolph was promoting his own project, he stopped by Sway in the Morning and addressed Black Youngsta and their issues.
Little dude don't even know me.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't got no issues with me. That ain't nothing but his boss sending him out to do that. His boss wanted to make him like Young Dolph, but you never be a Young Dolph because Young Dolph a self-made millionaire in real life and would never ever got no help from nobody. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? If you ain't got no haters, you is not popping.
Then on September 9th, 2016, Black Youngsta was interviewed and actually gave Young Dolph props and said he should have been on the XXL freshman cover.
But I think it's a Memphis thing because I ain't even see Dolph on there. Dolph should have been on there a long time ago. So yeah, I feel like, me personally, I feel like I'm putting enough work to where when he was doing it, when they send them out, he should have been on one of them covers. I'm putting a lot of work. Now, he don't need to be on there because he ain't no freshman no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserve it, bro. And I feel like any motherfucker from Memphis is doing it, bro. I salute him, bro. I don't care who you is. I can not like you. I can like you. You can be high. You can be a sucker. If you're from Memphis, you repping Memphis, bro. I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you still deserve your shot just like I deserve mine. You know what I'm saying?
Just a week later, Young Dolph shut that whole interview down and didn't care that Black Youngsta gave him props.
I don't want to talk about the hood, man.
What about the double XL?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't even, it's all that shit fake. You know what I'm saying? A little dude don't even know me, so all that shit fake. He can't conversate about me. He just let him do whatever he doing. You know what I mean? The thing is, Dolph and Yo Gotti. You know what I mean? He trying to run. Yo Gotti trying to run and put his artists out there. You know what I mean? Let him use my name to build him up some buzz and all that fake shit. But I don't want to talk about that, bro.
Then in the month of October 2016, Yo Gotti got more involved in the Young Dolph beef. On October 31st, 2016, Yo Gotti dropped a collab mixtape with his artist Moneybagg Yo titled Too Federal. On the intro track, Can't Do It, he's sending subliminal shots at Young Dolph.
Let me set the record straight. I am the king, I ain't got the hate. Every around me that ate. That other nigga just a minute me. I watch his interviews, don't like his energy.
A couple months go by, and on December 23rd, 2016, Yo Gotti drops a White Friday CM9 mixtape. And on the intro track of that mixtape titled 81, he subliminally disses Young Dolph once again.
He got the city divided, yeah. Bring it together, I tried it, yeah. I tried it. Let them they what they do the best. I don't be tripping at all.
Of course, after two subliminal shots back to back on the intro tracks of Yo Gotti's mixtapes, eventually Young Dolph heard of those subliminal tracks. And on February 1st, 2017, Young Dolph didn't go subliminally. He went directly at Yo Gotti with his new diss track titled Play With Your. And on this diss track, he went to a different level of disrespect by not only dissing Yo Gotti, but Yo Gotti's older brother, Yo Gotti's baby mama, the whole CMG label, and much more.
Heard your intro, your last 2 mixtapes. I hear you slick dissing, but that line. You went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater. Begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper.
Then the next day, on February 2nd, 2017, Young Dolph dropped his new mixtape, Gelato, and on the title track, he's dissing Yo Gotti as well.
When I'm beefing, I don't squash it. Old rapper from the other side of town was hating, so I f***ed his baby mama, now he's sick.
After the release of this mixtape, Young Dolph went on a promo run and did various interviews taking shots at Yo Gotti and explaining why he ended up dissing him.
I really just been sparing him for the past years on top of years on top of years, but like recently, my little homies and different people had, like, you know what I'm saying, come around me like, bro, you heard such and so, you heard his new mixtape? Oh, you heard his? I'm like, no, I don't listen to their music. I don't listen to the music. I don't listen to a lot of people's music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially not this sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, they play it.
So
his last 2 mixtapes, he trying to slick this Dolph, trying to throw. It's like you playing. You know what I'm saying? So you want to play? I ain't finna play how you want to play. We're going to play how I want to play. I'm finna get ready to go and expose you and let the facts be out here. Facts on top of facts. And that's why he don't even know how to respond. Because it ain't no responding. It ain't no responding. What you gonna say? The whole city know the truth. It's a different when you just got this one person over here. He saying this, he saying that, all this about you versus bro, that whole city say this about y'all. That's the truth.
The whole city.
Man, come on, dog.
On February 12th, 2017, the internet trolled a bunch of hip-hop blog sites into believing Yo Gotti responded to Young Dolph with a track titled Don't Beef With Me. This track is not an official response track at all. This track is actually titled Prayers with Moneybagg Yo on the 2 Federal mixtape. The crazy thing is, a lot of major hip-hop websites picked up this track and said it was an official response track. However, it is not an official response track. It was just a troll. Then on February 26, 2017, Young Dolph stopped by the CIAA event for the 3rd year in a row. And while there at around 6:30 p.m., bullets started flying once again, just like last year where Young Dolph's SUV got shot up 50 to 60 times. This time, they made sure Young Dolph was in the SUV and they shot it way more times. Roughly 100 bullets were shot. Luckily, the SUV was bulletproof and Young Dolph did not get hurt. And the shooting was still under investigation because the people that shot got away. And that shooting didn't faze Young Dolph at all because he continued his regular schedule. That night, he performed at a club. And at that club, he performed his Yo Gotti diss track, Play With Your Bitch.
Hey, yo. More money, more motherfucking haters. You know what I mean? I'm telling you some true shit with it too, though. We shit on rapping for fun over here, man. Paper rap business, man. Drop that shit, homie. Don't play with me. Hey, don't play with me. Hey, man, we come up out these motherfucking streets self-made. We don't go talking motherfucking down. You know what I mean? Hey, check this out. I'm gonna show y'all how to get them motherfucking niggas, man, self-made now. You know what I mean? We don't suck dick, we don't ride dick in the money. We hustle up, nigga, you know what I mean? Fuck around and probably run shit. It's dope.
After performing that night, he went on Twitter to clown the shooters for missing all those shots. He tweeted that night, "You lose," with a laughing emoji. Dolph continued trolling the shooters because on April 1st, 2017, he dropped a new album titled Bulletproof. And on the track list, he is trolling the whole situation. The track list says this: 100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof, so fuck them. That's how I feel. I'm so real. I pray for my enemies. I'm everything you want to be, so that's why you envy me. SMH. By the way, these are all tracks, real tracks that you can go listen to right now. And the first track, 100 Shots, he's making fun of the whole situation and essentially dissing Yo Gotti, CMG, and Black Youngsta.
100 shots. How the you miss a whole 100 shots? I told you to stay out my way, but you didn't listen.
Ever since all these diss tracks, Yo Gotti had not responded to Young Dolph on wax at all. Yo Gotti decided to perform on April 16th, 2017 in Kentucky. And after his performance at the end, he said this: "You'll never see me beef on the internet. We pull up." A lot of people assumed these were shots at Young Dolph and addressing why he wasn't dissing him on wax. Then a couple weeks later, on May 7th, 2017, Yo Gotti denies that there's any beef between him and Young Dolph.
Yo Gotti don't be in situations. Yo Gotti get money. Yo Gotti help artists come up and build careers for their family. You know what I mean? Yo Gotti helps young cats from the hood change their life. Yo Gotti don't be in situations.
Then a couple weeks later, on May 16th, 2017, the police issued out a warrant for Black Youngsta and 2 other men. They both ended up surrendering that day in Charlotte after the warrants were issued. They were accused of having something to do with the 100 shots that were let off back in February of 2017 at the CIAA event.
I ain't fired nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't do nothing.
Benson's attorney says the rapper turned himself in today because police found a van that was involved in the shooting. The attorney tells Channel 9 Benson rented the van, but then it was stolen from him.
It's obviously somebody already. Somebody snitching.
Black Youngsta ended up bailing out immediately that day that he was locked up, but his attorney says the van that was rented by Black Youngsta was stolen and used in the Young Dolph shooting. The article reads, apparently Youngsta rented the van used during the shooting of Dolph's whip, and once the van was discovered, Youngsta turned himself in. The Youngsta's attorney says after the rapper rented the van, the vehicle was stolen and used in the shooting, an event that saw 100 bullets fired. The article continued and said Black Youngsta was charged with 6 counts of discharging a firearm into an occupied property and 1 count of felony conspiracy. The crazy thing is Black Youngsta's lawyer states that it was because of Young Dolph's Bulletproof mixtape as to why the police issued a warrant. This is what he said. Memphis-based rap artist Black Youngsta has turned himself in on charges filed in Charlotte, North Carolina. The warrants served were based on lyrics from rapper Young Dolph's Bulletproof mixtape. Youngsta will await arraignment while he maintains innocence and no involvement with the incident. The following day, on May 18th, 2017, Black Youngsta drops a response track to Young Dolph's Bulletproof mixtape, and the track is titled Birthday. And on this track, he accuses Young Dolph of snitching because of what he said on that Bulletproof mixtape.
A Dolph Thorne wanna see me dead and gone. This a red teddy song. Drop that Bulletproof and made a statement. Red you dead wrong.
Ultimately, the 100 shots shooting never really led to anything or anyone's arrest because the charges against Black Youngsta roughly 2 years later in May of 2019 were dropped. After all these news reports, Young Dolph on May 28th, 2017 goes on Instagram to clown Black Youngsta for being dumb enough to use a rental car for the drive-by shooting.
Hey, I just rented my van in my name, right? You know what I'm saying? And we finna go dump on it, and we finna jump out 6 deep. 100 shots. Dumb ass nigga. If we get caught, I know one of y'all snitch. Even though this my name, you know, dumb as a mother. Nah. I'm just gonna send my little nigga. Let them do this shit. Y'all can take the van though. I got the van to my name. On my way. All right. How the you miss a whole 100 shots? Stupid ass. I said, you know that your big brother last night got shirted last night? Tell my uncle. Yeah. Hold on, man. I'm trying to record my video right now. You burning me out.
A couple months went by once again, and nothing was said between the two camps. Then on September 27th, 2017, young Dolph gets shot in Los Angeles. Yo Gotti by the police is named person of interest, and police detain a guy by the name of Corey McClendon near the scene. Now, this Corey McClendon guy was actually an affiliate of Yo Gotti's. There's multiple photos of him around Yo Gotti and even wearing Yo Gotti's label t-shirts CMG. And that's why TMZ reported that Yo Gotti was a person of interest after this shooting. But the LAPD ultimately denied it. And the reason why they denied it, in my speculation, is that because they didn't want people to know that Yo Gotti was being looked at. Because if you get looked at, usually you act differently than if nobody's looking. Ultimately, that Corey McClendon guy ended up getting released the following day on September 28th after police didn't have sufficient evidence to keep him. This would be the third time someone affiliated to Yo Gotti had something to do with shooting at young Dolph or trying to kill him. A couple weeks later, on October 13th, 2017, young Dolph officially gets released from the hospital and has a message for the gunman.
Hey, we at the motherfucking hospital, Jack. You know what I mean? Y'all know what time it is. This shit right here don't stop. Legendary shit. Shout the Pop, shout the Easy, shout the Big. You know what I mean? Y'all know what's up, man. New album dropping next week. You feel me? On the 20th, next Friday. Thinking out loud. Y'all know what's up, man. I got $1 billion lawyer with me, man. Y'all know what's up, man. Big. Yeah. I know I didn't think it was over with.
In that month of October, Yo Gotti decides to do a promo run for his upcoming album. And October 26, 2017, he stops by the Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne asks him, where did the issues between him and young Dolph start and what exactly went wrong? Yo Gotti says he has no idea and actually reads the last text messages he sent to young Dolph.
At one point, I even was asking myself, like, yo, where this shit can come from? And I looked at me and Holmes to text all the time. So I looked at the phone. I think my phone, I let you read the last text I was sent home. I think we should do that. Give my phone for me.
Okay, we got the young Dolph text.
Here we go.
Our Wi-Fi sucks. Which ones you want me to read? Start right there.
What's the date though?
Yeah, what's the date?
August 24th, 2012. That's how you gotta approach it, homie. Just gotta stay down and make the right decisions, and you can win big, my nigga. You in a good space in Memphis, but you gotta take that shit from there to the world, and it's gonna turn into money. I like your grind, my nigga. When I was in your position, none of them could have helped me did. Our city fucked up, homie, and I'm trying to stop letting history repeat itself and show we can get money together and everybody be on some bullshit, because I got to make sure no matter what happened, homie, I did my part to help anybody I thought could really go the distance, and you one of them niggas, homie. And even better, you got your own movement and vision. You just need a real support system, not any support system, but one that understands what you is and where you trying to go and how to reach the people you need to reach. So stop being a fuck nigga if I pull up on you. End it with the trying to reach thing. Yeah, okay.
Young Dolph then did his own promo run and stopped by the Breakfast Club as well and addressed the Yo Gotti text messages and says that Yo Gotti only sent him those text messages because he tried to sign them at that time. He also reveals that he never asked Gotti for a feature. It was Gotti that asked him to be on a track instead, and that Gotti forced him to sign with him when they first met. He says they never grew their relationship. Immediately when they met, he tried to sign him. He also says that Gotti disrespected his own artist by trying to sign him. The crazy thing out of all this is that young Dolph reveals in this interview that one of Yo Gotti's team members got shot the night that they tried to shoot young Dolph's Sprinter van 100 times. I tried looking into this, but I couldn't find any reports of somebody else getting shot that night. But it was crazy for young Dolph to say this.
Same folk that threw 100 rounds though, like what people don't know everything about it. Like they had to pick one of their mans up off of their ground and take them to the hospital too though. You know what I mean? To respond to that, 2012. That's when Yo Gotti was trying to sign Dolph. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So text message showing y'all that's from all this back and forth for a year and a half, 2 years of, oh man, we need to sign Dolph. I said, no, I'm straight.
After this, things between the two camps would simmer down once again. A couple of years would go by before any of the two really said anything to each other publicly. Young Dolph would diss them sometimes in interviews. Black Youngsta would say a few things here and there, but it wasn't anything major. Then in May 15th of 2019, Yo Gotti's tour bus gets shot up after a Nashville concert. The article says this: Metro police are investigating an apparent act of targeted vandalism after rap artist Yo Gotti's tour bus was struck by gunfire in Nashville late Tuesday night. Officers responded at 11:10 p.m. to the intersection of Hayes Street and Louise Avenue near the Lowe's Vanderbilt Hotel and found the Memphis native and multiple platinum rappers' unoccupied tour bus struck by gunfire multiple times. Police spokeswoman Chris Mumford said police checked the bus and found no gunshot victims on board. The article goes on to connect Yo Gotti and Young Dolph's past issues, and the police themselves believe this was a retaliation to Yo Gotti from Young Dolph's camp. Some time would pass once again, and Yo Gotti would drop a new project on January 31st, 2020, called Untrapped. And on the title track, it seems like he's reflecting on the whole issues between him and Young Dolph.
Where we start off, how we go wrong. Niggas risk it all to put a name in this song. Niggas fighting over blocks that we don't even own.
Then on February 5th, 2020, Young Dolph's diss track to Yo Gotti, Play With Your goes gold. And Young Dolph posts about it, and then the caption says, "Have you ever smashed a guy's then got paid for it? Another plaque, stupid little boy. Independently, though, yellow tape out now," which is clearly a diss at Yo Gotti. Months later, on August 14th, 2020, Young Dolph dropped his new album, Rich Slave. And on the track, I See Money Signs, he disses Yo Gotti some more.
Then I rapper, baby mama, about mistake. Damn. Ever since then, that big head motherfucker been hating.
And of course, Yo Gotti doesn't respond to that, but his artist, Black Youngsta, does. And on August 16th, 2020, Black Youngsta posts on Instagram a video of him shooting a random gun in the air. And then he tags Young Dolph in the caption and says this: "Young Dolph, fucking with my gang, gonna get your shooters shot. Hashtag heavy camp. Hashtag super hot. Hashtag super CMG."
With my gang, you get your shooter shot. Commissary, he got put on mess to see what's up. You know, shoot, don't shoot.
Then just 2 days later, on August 18th, 2020, Young Dolph was out there doing his promo run for his album. And on the Breakfast Club, he got asked about that video from Black Youngsta, and he simply responded by saying, "Who is that guy?"
Now, what's up? Why is Black Youngsta still coming at you, Dolph? I saw him post on Instagram.
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
Okay. He did a video this weekend where he was shooting out of the window, and he added you and said, "With my gang, gonna get your shooter shot."
I'm already fighting the case right now. Man, I ain't got time for nobody, no, like, man, they playing police games. I don't want to play police games. When you start playing police games, I exit myself out the equation. Like, go play with the police. I'm not finna play with the police. Y'all already got me, no, go, bye-bye. Like,
Next year in 2021, things would change forever. On July 21st, 2021, Yo Gotti's artist ESTG dropped a track with Yo Gotti titled Run Into Me. And on Yo Gotti's verse, he's sending subliminal shots at Young Dolph.
Smoke in the city, know that I ain't sleeping. Know that nigga bitch, you know it too, but he still acting tough. Take care of surgery, get that boy a tummy tuck.
Then the fateful day of November 17th, 2021 came, and Young Dolph was in Memphis, Tennessee, doing some charity work. While there, he decided to stop by his local favorite cookie spot, went to go pick up some cookies, and two gunmen popped out of a white Mercedes-Benz and let off a bunch of shots, ultimately killing Young Dolph. And right after this happened, people speculated that Yo Gotti had something to do with this because of their history with each other. The Memphis Police Department even ramped up security around Yo Gotti's restaurant because they feared retaliation. Yo Gotti ultimately ended up pushing back his CM10 project because of this event. Then on December 12th, 2021, Young Dolph was scheduled to perform at the 2021 Rollin' Loud show, but because he passed away, his PRE crew took in his place. And while there, they ended up playing the Yo Gotti diss track, Play With Yo Bitch, and one of the people from the PRE label shouted out, "This ain't over."
Yo Gotti's here with us right now. I just hear him talking to me. You know what he just told me?
What did he say?
He just told me, don't play with me. Play with the beat. Oh, this shit ain't over with. It ain't nowhere near over with. I'm in a booth right here.
Roughly a week and a half later after that, on December 20th, 2021, Black Youngsta dropped a new track / video titled I'm Assuming. And in this video, he is at a graveyard. At this graveyard, in the background, there is the name Thornton. And this caught a lot of people's attention because Young Dolph's real name is Adolph Thornton Jr. So to have that in the background at a graveyard, rapping what he was rapping about on the track, a lot of people assumed this was a subliminal shot at Young Dolph.
All that throwing them slick shots on the gram, that's how you end up dead. Ain't don't got no love for no nigga. I want out with his head.
And Black Youngsta faced a lot of backlash for this video and song, but Black Youngsta didn't care at all. He actually doubled down on Instagram and said this in the caption: "I'm the type of guy who ain't never sat back and looked for nobody to feel sorry for me. I came from the heart of South Memphis where you get no sympathy. Don't even know what that is. With that being said, I could give two fucks what the world thinks about me. It amazes me how just because I'm a multi-millionaire gangsta that I'm put under this magnifying glass and every little thing I do say receives negativity. Rather it's to be put out that way or not. I'm human. I ain't perfect. I go through shit just like everybody else." He ends it off by saying, "I'm a man of God when it's all said and done. I ain't got to answer to no one but him when it's all said and done, right? Assume what you want to assume." Then on January 11th, 2022, 2 Young Dolph murder suspects get locked up. One of them goes by the name of Justin Johnson, who was 23 years old. The other one was Cornelius Smith, who was 32. The Justin Johnson guy is actually a rapper by the name of Straight Drop. Now, I can make a video on the backstory of Straight Drop and how he got the PRE chain that you guys see in the music video. This Straight Drop guy was actually a friend of Keegaloc's at one point, so there is history between Young Dolph and him. I can deep dive into that in a different video, but they end up getting caught, and clearly, as far as right now, there is no evidence that it links to Yo Gotti or anyone in his crew. Following this, on February 4th, 2022, Yo Gotti finally drops his CM10 mixtape. And on the track, Thinking Hours, he speaks lightly on the Young Dolph situation.
I just woke up my whole city crying. Every 60 seconds they blowing up my line. I ain't speaking on shit, it ain't no business of mine.
And on the track Forever Ballin', some people assume he's sending subliminal shots on there.
Everybody like to beef into and get killed. I made bulletproof the road truck, come through in the land with the doors up. Heard he had a Drake and he froze up.
And that's it for this video of Yo Gotti versus Young Dolph. What really happened? It's really unfortunate that these two couldn't put things aside, figure out their differences, and start making music together so Memphis can get bigger and bigger as a city and their artists can continue to grow. I actually spoke to Soulja Boy's manager, Miami Mike, about this Yo Gotti and Young Dolph incident because at one point people were accusing Soulja Boy of having